PROmate COVID-19 by Primer Design is a simple molecular testing solution for the qualitative detection of SARS-CoV-2 RNA. It utilizes a simple setup protocol followed immediately by qPCR to aid in the rapid and sensitive diagnosis of COVID-19. Due to the inclusion of a viral inactivation reagent, it can be used both inside and outside of a Category 2 biosafety cabinet. The PROmate product contains all the components required to run the COVID-19 qPCR with just a single pipetting step required for each sample. Amplification is conducted on either the GeneSig Q16 or 32, with the provided software making interpretation straightforward. PROmate comes in two packs. Pack 1, in cardboard packaging, is shipped at ambient and should be stored at ambient. Pack 2, a large foil pouch, is shipped on dry ice and should be stored at -20 degrees Celsius. Upon opening Pack 1, you will find clear bags which contain the sample preparation buffer tubes and negative control solution. RNase inhibitor with red bead. Pack 2, in the large silver pouch, contains the reaction magazines and the positive control foils. The MasterMix magazine foil pouch contains one magazine, preloaded with qPCR reaction tubes containing MasterMix. The liquid within contains the primers and probes for both the COVID-19 target and the internal control. As well as these, it contains the MasterMix plus the internal control template. It also contains qPCR tube lids for sealing. The positive control comes sealed in a gold foil and should only be opened prior to loading on the qPCR instrument. Sample preparation tubes should be labelled with the relevant sample ID. One lyophilized RNase inhibitor cake with the red bead should be added to each sample preparation buffer tube required for the run. The coloured bead provides easy identification that the inhibitor has been added. The tubes are then ready for the patient swabs. If this is being performed in a Class 2 safety hood, the swab can be inserted into the buffer and twirled to release the biological material. Press the swab against the side of the tube upon removal and safely discard. If this is being performed outside of a Class 2 hood, then the swab must be placed carefully into the buffer tube and snapped off to enable the tube to be capped. After capping, the sample tubes should be vortexed thoroughly and then left at room temperature for 5 minutes to complete viral inactivation. The samples are now ready to be added to the MasterMix magazine. The magazine should be quickly flicked down as demonstrated to ensure that all the liquid is collected at the bottom of the tubes. Remove the foil from a qPCR reaction tube and transfer 5 microliters of the patient sample into its designated reaction tube. Once the patient sample has been added to the qPCR reaction tube, it should then be sealed with one of the clear caps provided. Repeat this for all samples being tested. After all samples have been added to their reaction tubes, remove the foil from the tube in position N and add 5 microliters of the negative control solution and seal with the lid provided. Finally, open the positive control pouch and remove the prepared positive control tube. This should not be opened. Ensure liquid is at the bottom of the tube and place in position P. Place the filled magazine in the correct orientation in the instrument. For the Q16, the cycling conditions are preloaded into the software. If the run pass criteria are satisfied, then the patient samples are interpreted by the Q16 as negative or positive. For the Q32, the cycling conditions are provided in the supplied template run file. If the run pass criteria are satisfied, then the patient samples can be interpreted with the following table found in the IFU. Whether on the Q16 or the Q32, PROmate COVID-19 provides a straightforward, rapid and sensitive method for the testing of SARS-CoV-2 RNA with just one pipetting step. This simple, unique method facilitates testing for COVID-19 closer to the patient with a fast turnaround time while still maintaining high levels of clinical sensitivity.